but you understand we get lied to every single day, right? And if we believed everything that people told us, we would probably let a lot of things go to people that it shouldn't. And we miss a lot of crime that's occurring.
And you were able to verify that the reasons why I got stopped before?
No, I didn't even bother to look.
System?
I trust you. So.
Okay. Time is 2:08 p.m. Being pulled over by Stearns County deputy. Today's date is Thursday the 18th. I am parked on 7th Avenue in front of 1 Hour Glass Cleaners.
Hi there.
Hi, Deputy. How you doing?
May I see your driver's license and insurance card, please?
Sure. Is there a reason why I'm being pulled over?
The reason that I stopped is because the tint on your windows appears to be too dark.
I understand. I have a tint permit for that.
You have a tint permit for that. May I see that?
Yes, sir. I have my my driver's license in my left pocket, front pocket.
Okay, go ahead.
All right. You have an all right day?
You have a permit for the tint. Is that a doctor's notice?
Yeah,
or?
it's the prescription.
Okay.
There's my registration.
I don't need the registration, but I do need a proof of insurance if you have it.
Okay. There's the prescription here. There's my proof of insurance.
Okay. You can have this back.
All right.
Insurance card looks good. Why don't you hang out for just a moment? I'll be right back.
All right.
Well, anyway, this is a window tint, just so you
All
know
right.
how much it is.
Yeah, it's raining, so
So
I don't know if that does
Yep.
something.
No, but it's fine. The rain has no effect on it.
Okay.
19. So you're right at what your card says. So
Okay.
hang on. So, is your vehicle equipped with the ignition?
Yes,
anyway?
it's right there.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
All right, you're good to go.
Do you have a business card?
Do I have a business card? Certainly. Why do you ask?
Well, it's just something I like to keep around.
There you are, sir.
All right. Thank you,
Oh,
sir.
you're free to go. Have a safe day.
All right, you too. All right, Deputy Dennis Kern, Stearns County Deputy. Left me with a warning. I was just coming out of the courthouse area, Stearns County Court Administration, and he just comes behind me. And I made a Yeah, all the way up until I got to 7th Avenue North and Division Street. He decided to pull me over right here at right in front of 1 Hour Glass Cleaners, or Hour Glass Cleaners, whatever the name of that business is. Said he pulled me over for my window tint. I have a 20% window tint, and I told him that I do have a tint permit, and I showed him that my prescription tint permit, and he left me with a warning. I asked for his business card. Looks like he had a business card, so under Stearns County policy, he also has to provide his business card every time he pulls someone over, whether you ask for it or not. And I kind of found it funny how he asked me why I needed it, but But anyways, the time is 2:15 p.m. and I have been recording for a little over 6 minutes now, and I will stop this recording. 10:32 p.m. I'm getting pulled over by St. Cloud PD. How's it going, officer? Good.
Good. Do you have a driver's license insurance card with you?
I do. What's the reason I'm being pulled
Your
over?
window tint's illegal on your car.
Okay, I have a prescription for those.
Perfect.
Yeah.
You have a driver's license, insurance card, and your prescription then.
I do.
You got eye problems?
Yes.
Okay. Where are you coming from tonight, Ibrahim?
It doesn't matter, sir.
Huh?
Doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. Okay, where are we going?
Doesn't matter.
Oh, okay.
I've been pulled over several times. Don't you guys leave like a brief summary of every time you pull someone over on your system?
Nope.
Okay,
you keep
so
getting pulled over for window tint or what?
I keep getting pulled over by the same agency.
Yeah, well,
I'm sure you couldn't see, on your computer system the
Right.
last time I've been pulled over and the reason why.
I usually don't pull it up. I can go pull it up now if I need to, but we don't pull it up before we walk up and make contact with people. So
Okay, can you
all
pull
we
it
can
up
see is-
and
all we
print
can-
it out
hold
for
on,
me?
Listen to me. All we can see is that you got illegal window tint on here, so I have to stop you to find out whether you do or don't have one of these. Okay? Sound good?
Sounds good.
All right. And this is your car, right?
Yep.
All right. Address is Kern, 41 3rd Avenue Northeast.
Mm-hmm.
What's that?
Yeah.
Okay. Perfect. All right. Hang on to that for me, and I will be right back with you. All right?
All right. St. Cloud Police, Tuesday, June 20th, 10:36 p.m.
Ibrahim, can you just roll your window up to about right there for me? Thank you, sir.
Well, this is.
Can you roll your back one down to about right there for me?
Why does it matter? It's
Because you
the
have a
same.
prescription. I got to make sure they're right.
Well, I mean,
There you go. Looks good. There you are, sir. All right, Isaac. Just make sure that when you have lights on behind you, you pull over right away. Okay?
well, I was trying to find the safest spot. You know, it's kind of
Well,
like
you know, in 2 blocks there was plenty of safe spots. Okay?
2 blocks. You didn't pull me over 2 blocks
did.
ago.
I
No.
turned my lights on at 2nd Street. We're almost at St. Germain Street, which is 2 blocks.
Okay. Can I have your business card, you and this
Absolutely.
officer? And you were able to verify that the reasons why I got stopped before?
No, I didn't
your
even bother to
computer
look.
system?
I trust you. So,
Okay.
all right.
Well, now that you know, you won't be pulling me over, right? For the same thing.
Will I be pulling you over?
Yeah, for the same thing.
As long as I remember it's you.
Okay.
If I pull
Well-
you over again, just remind me you got a prescription.
Well, it's the
I have
same
sh-
car, so.
I have short-term memory.
Yeah, I bet you do.
Uh-huh.
All right.
All right,
Can
you
I
have a
have
good
your
night.
business card, sir?
Say again?
Your business card.
My business card?
Yes.
What would you like my business card for?
It doesn't matter. You have to you have to give it to me when I ask
I
you.
don't have to give you anything, but I'm not going to argue.
Well,
with
you have
I'll
to.
give it
It's
to you.
it's under your
Here you go.
policy.
Why don't you reach over?
I'm
not gonna stick
asking.
my arm in the car.
I'm
You have to
asking.
reach over and grab it for me. Thank you very much. I'm not going to.
Okay, drop it in the car.
You have a nice night.
Have a good night, Ibrahim.
Sir, can you call him back over here?
Huh?
Can you call your partner back over here?
What for?
Just call him back over here.
No.
He's being rude. I need to file a complaint against him for being rude.
Well, he doesn't take his own complaints.
All right, thank you.
All right, have a good night, Abraham.
Officer Jeremy Anderson, patrol officer, badge number 23. That was the backup officer. He was sitting on the passenger. He was standing on the passenger side. He was backing up. The other officer, Ryan Priebe. He was rude. He didn't say. He said that he didn't have to give me anything, even when I asked for it. He told me that I don't have that he won't have to reach over to give me his business card, and then he just tossed it inside my car. So I want to know what it is with, you know, the attitude that he has against me. This time they left me. I pulled out. I'm gonna try and go back to the police station and see about filing a complaint against him. Jeremy. I'm gonna go ahead and try and contact his sergeant. I'm on Saint Germain right now. I was pulled over on 14th Avenue North, right here where the Red Cross is. 14th Avenue North. He's right behind me now. There's a cop car behind me as I'm going towards the police station. I think Ryan Priebe is behind me. I will stop this recording and continue this recording when I get in touch with a sergeant inside the police department. Going up the stairs of the police department. Hi, I'm up front here at St. Cloud PD. Is Sergeant Dingman available tonight? Or any sergeant that's on shift right now? I have a complaint against an officer. Yeah, up front door. Can I have your name if you don't mind? Ibrahim. Yes. Isaac. ISAAC. I'll be right here. I'll be waiting. Okay, thank you. $10:32 p.m. I'm getting pulled over by St. Cloud PD. How's it
doing
going,
tonight?
officer? Good.
Good. You have a driver's license insurance card with you?
I do. What's the reason I'm being pulled
Your
over?
window tints illegal on your car.
Okay, I have a prescription for those.
Perfect.
Yeah.
You have a driver's license, insurance card, and your prescription then.
Do.
You got eye problems?
Yes.
Okay.
There's
Where are you
that.
coming from tonight, Ibrahim?
It doesn't matter, sir.
Huh?
Doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. Okay, where are we going?
Doesn't matter.
Oh, okay.
You know, I've been pulled over several times. Don't you guys leave like a brief summary of every time you pull someone over on your system? Okay,
You keep
so
getting pulled over for window tint or what?
I mean, yeah, I keep getting pulled over by the same agency.
Yeah, well,
I'm sure you can see, like, you know, on your computer system, the
Right.
last time I've been pulled over and
No.
the reason why.
I usually don't pull it up. I can go pull it up now if I need to, but we
Okay,
don't
so-
pull it up before we walk up and make contact with people. So
Okay, can you
all
pull
we
it
can
up
see is-
and
all we
print
can-
it out
hold
for
on,
me?
Listen to me. All we can see is that you got illegal window tint on here, so I have to stop you to find out whether you do or don't have one of these. Okay? Sound good?
Sounds good.
All right. And this is your car, right?
Yep.
All right. Address is Kern, 41 3rd Avenue Northeast.
Mm-hmm.
What's that?
Yeah.
Okay. Perfect. All right. Hang on to that for me, and I will be right back with you. All right?
All right. St. Cloud Police, Tuesday, June 20th, 10:36 p.m.
All right, Ibrahim. Can you just roll your window up to about right there for me? Thank you, sir.
Well, this is,
Can you roll your back one down to about right there for me?
why does it matter? It's
Because you
the
have a
same.
prescription. I got to make sure that they're right.
Well, I mean,
There you go. Looks good. There you are, sir. All right. Isaac, just make sure that when you have lights on behind you, you pull over right away. Okay?
Well, I was trying to find the safest spot. You know, it's kind of
well,
like
you know, in 2 blocks there was plenty of safe spots. Okay?
2 blocks. You didn't pull me over 2 blocks ago. No.
I turned my lights on at 2nd Street. We're almost at St. Germain Street, which is 2 blocks.
Okay. Can I have your business card, you and this
Absolutely.
officer? And you were able to verify that the reasons why I got stopped before?
No, I didn't even bother to look.
system?
I trust you. So.
Okay.
All right.
Well, now that you know, you won't be pulling me over, right? For the same thing.
Will I be pulling you over?
Yeah, for the same thing.
As long as I remember it's you.
Okay.
If I pull you over again, just remind me you got a prescription.
Well, it's the
I have
same car, so.
I have short-term memory.
Yeah, I bet you do.
Uh-huh.
All right.
All right,
Can
you
I
have a
have
good
your
night.
business card, sir?
Say again?
Your business card.
My business card?
Yes.
What would you like my business card for?
It doesn't matter. You have to you have to give it to me when I ask
I
you.
don't have to give you anything, but I'm not going to argue.
Well,
with
you have
I'll
to.
give it to you.
It's under your policy.
There you go. Once you reach over,
I'm
not gonna stick
asking.
my arm in the car.
I'm
You have to
asking.
reach over and grab it for me. Thank you very much. I'm not going to.
Okay, drop it in the car.
You have a nice night.
Have a good night, Ibrahim.
Sir, can you call him back over here?
Huh?
Can you call your partner back over here?
What for?
Just call him back over here.
No.
He's being rude. I need to file a complaint against him for being rude.
Well, he doesn't take his own complaints.
All right, thank you.
All right, have a good night, Ibrahim.
Officer Jeremy Anderson, patrol officer, badge number 23. That was the backup officer. He was sitting on the passenger. He was standing on the passenger side. He was backing up. The other officer, Ryan Priebe. He was rude. He didn't say. He said that he didn't have to give me anything, even when I asked for it. He told me that I don't have that he won't have to reach over to give me his business card, and then he just tossed it inside my car. So I want to know what it is with, you know, the attitude that he has against me. This time they left me. I pulled out. I'm gonna try and go back to the police station and see about filing a complaint against him. Jeremy. I'm gonna go ahead and try and contact his sergeant. I'm on St. Germain right now. I was pulled over on uh, 14th Avenue North. Right here where the Red Cross is. 14th Avenue North. He's right behind me now. There's a cop car behind me as I'm going towards the police station. I think Ryan Priebe is behind me. I will stop this recording and continue this recording when I get in touch with a sergeant inside the police department. Go going up the stairs of the police department. Hi, I'm up front here at St. Cloud PD. Is Sergeant Dingman available tonight? Or any sergeant that's on shift right now? I have a complaint against an officer. Yeah, up front door. Can I have your name if you don't mind? Ibrahim. Yes. Isaac. ISAAC. I'll be right here. I'll be waiting. Okay, thank you. It's now 17 minutes. I'm still waiting for a sergeant at the front entrance, St. Cloud PD. Officer Jeremy Anderson, Patrol Officer Badge number 23, Ryan Priebe, Patrol Officer Badge number 37.
Good evening.
Hello, Sarge. How you doing?
Hi. Come on in.
Ibrahim.
What can I do
just
for
got
you?
pulled over by two officers.
Okay.
I was polite. I have tinted windows, but I have prescriptions for them. I have condition.
Okay.
I rolled down my windows. I had my interior light turned on. I had my arms visible and everything.
Sure.
And Ryan Priebe was the officer that
Okay.
pulled me over. He said for a window tint violation. Backup officer was Jeremy Anderson. Let me see, I have his card here.
Sounds right.
Officer Jeremy Anderson
Okay.
was the backup officer. He came around to the passenger side. Just shining his light. That's his job. Just trying to find something in plain view. Anyways, at the end of the stop, Officer Priebe, was so kind enough to, let me go, and I showed him all the credentials, everything that I had.
Yep.
And I asked for his his business card, because he has to identify himself, and it's professional for him to identify himself.
Right.
Right when he comes to my window, hi, I'm Officer Ryan, St. Cloud PD. This is the reason why I pulled you over.
Yep.
So Ryan identified himself to me. Jeremy, on the other hand, I was polite to him. I said, "Officer, are you going to identify yourself? Can I have your business card?" He was like, "Whoa, I don't have to give you anything, man. Why do you want my business card?" And then he starts taking his gloves off, his black gloves off. I'm like, "Sir,
He starts putting them on or taking them off?
taking them off."
Okay.
I don't know what he's doing at this point. And I said, "Sir, I'm a citizen here. You have to identify yourself to me. You pulled me over. You're the backup officer." And it's against, and it's written in your policy that you give me your business card when I ask for it. I don't even have to have a reason to have maybe I just want to know who you are and your name, you know?
Sure.
Next time I get in contact with you, I know who you are, you know? And he's like, oh, well, in that case, then here it is, but I'm not going to hand it to you, but, you know, you confessed for it. And he just throws it in my car. Very rude and unprofessional. I've never met him before. I don't know who he is. First contact I had with him was negative.
Okay.
You know, and people wonder why people are so negative towards law enforcement. It's stupid shit like that. You know?
Sure.
And I went to school for law enforcement. You know, I have nothing against cops. I love them. You know, I made a mistake myself in the past that I'm not proud of. But, I mean, come on. The first point of contact that you have with a person, a citizen who pays taxes, contribute to the city of St. Cloud, that lives here amongst you. I mean, what is this?
So he threw it in your car?
Threw it in my car, just like that. He said, I went to reach for it, and then he kind of stepped back like, I'm not going to hand it to you. And just throws it in my car. You can look it up in the dash sheet.
Okay. Yeah, I'll look at it. I mean,
What is this, some bias he has towards people of color? What's going on?
no.
Maybe he needs more training in bias policing and stuff. I don't know what's going on with the guy.
Abraham, this is the first time I've had a complaint against him.
Why though?
I'm
Like,
one of
why?
I'm one of his
What did I do to him?
supervisors. I don't know.
What did I do to piss him off? You can
I'll have to
literally,
look at the
you can
video
literally
and-
look at the video and see that I did everything that I was supposed to do. Out of just for the heck of it. I didn't even have to roll down my window or do any of that. And turn on my interior lights, you know?
No,
Yeah.
you didn't have to.
I have dark tinted windows. I understand. It's officer safety concern, you know?
Yep.
Rolled down all my windows. Turned on my interior lights.
So what would you what do you want me to do about that? I mean,
I want him disciplined and, you know, I'm filing a complaint right now. I don't know why you're not even writing down anything.
I'm not done yet. I'm
Okay.
just talking to you here.
No, you're standing like this too, so I mean, just relax, man.
I'm relaxed.
Yeah,
You're
you
okay.
know what body language is when someone goes like this, and you know,
You're
I'm not
okay.
even paying attention to you.
How can you say that? Why do you say that, Abraham?
Anyway, so you know.
Okay, I'm here to help you. I'm not trying to incite you or upset you.
You have to understand where I'm coming from.
I
upset.
understand what
Very
you're saying.
upsetting.
And what I'm saying is, I don't
And
understand
unprofessional.
it either. Okay, do you have your ID? I'll
Yes,
get
I
you the
do.
paperwork. You want to give me the paperwork for a formal complaint? Yep.
Very rude and unprofessional. What did I do to the guy? What is he having? Girlfriend issues? He shouldn't bring that to work. He should leave that outside the door when he comes in. And then, as I was coming here, one officer followed me here. I don't know, it could have been Ryan or I don't know. They just followed me here. I don't know, I guess.
The only thing I can say is, you know, we teach people not to reach into squad cars or into people's cars.
Right, that's a
So,
breach of Fourth
yeah.
Amendment. You know, you come on.
No, it's not a Fourth Amendment.
No, if you have your head stuck in.
No,
if,
I can teach. It's an officer safety thing. It's not a Fourth Amendment
I
thing.
mean, he doesn't have to stick his hand and have his body inside a vehicle.
So
without
that might be
consent.
why he didn't enter your vehicle to stick his card in. You know, he might.
No, I went to reach for it. You know,
Okay.
I reached over to the window. Sir, can I have your card?
Okay.
And he just tosses it in. 615 720 2093. Is this being recorded? I mean, I'm filing a complaint.
No, it's not being recorded.
Okay.
See, what?
Good thing I'm recording.
No, that's fine.
Yeah.
I figured you were when you had your phone out like that. So what happens is, this is the form that I'm going to have you sign. Let's go over here. It's a little higher.
You know, I mean, guys like him make good guys like you look bad. You know.
So, I'm going to fill this out, and then we have an IA person, a sergeant that specifically
Internal
deals.
affairs?
Yep.
Okay. What's his name?
specifically it's a female. Her name is Sergeant Whitson.
Okay.
So. So you know you're standing the same way I was just standing, and I'm not saying anything about that, right? It's just kind of comfortable after you're sitting all day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I actually used to be a security guard too, so.
So you know how it goes. Where'd you work at?
I worked for a statewide protective agency and a couple others, some out of state.
Oh, I don't have your. I didn't write it down. I'm sorry. You can just give it to me. Just yeah, if you wanna.
I don't know what is wrong with these young guys, man. Some of them just.
Well, and that's what I'm saying is it's kind of surprising to hear this, and that's why I want to look at the video, and because
Maybe they don't
it's
have
not
both
something
experience. You know, you have to have experience, sympathy, and empathy. You know,
yes,
you have to have both.
but really, I mean,
Just
that's he doesn't need empathy or sympathy if you ask him for a.
no. I mean, when you're talking and dealing with people, and you know,
Oh yeah,
trying
But I
to
mean,
sympathize
something
with
like
them
that.
in a
When he takes
situation.
his gloves off.
Yeah.
It'd be different if he's taking his gloves off probably just to reach into his
To reach
pocket.
in to grab his,
Yeah.
so he
Because
can.
you can't. It's with our gloves on. It's hard to.
Right. Freaking iPhone. I got the do not disturb, and people are still calling.
Is there any business phone or anything you want me to put on here?
No.
Or is this number good enough?
No, that's my
9002.
I mean, I'm sorry, man. You know, that's probably more paperwork for you. But,
No,
you
it's
know,
not. You don't have to
You
be
got to
sorry.
get on him about that.
And that's what I was saying is
He's just making you work extra tonight.
no. Part of my job.
How long you been a cop?
Going on about 19 years.
19. Congrats.
Thank you. Before that, I was Marine Corps for 4
Oh,
years.
wow. Were you MP?
No, I was
Infantry?
Infantry.
Artillery, man?
Nope. Basic rifleman.
Yeah, I was gonna join once. But, I don't know. I had a wise guy talk to me,
Yeah.
I guess.
So you asked him for the business card.
Didn't want to give it to me at first, and then when I mentioned the policy, and then he just kind of like, "Oh, okay," but still,
See, and that's why-
he still didn't want to give it.
And that's why it's so surprising is because we hand those things out like stickers. It's like, you want a bit? Oh, here you go. You want a business? Here you go. It's like, no, it's not like we're paying for them or, you know, it's like if people want them, that's why we have them is to,
Well, maybe.
I mean, our name's right here and,
Right.
and
Yeah, I didn't catch your name. I just
Sergeant
see your last
Conager, and I
name.
will give you a business card.
You know, I don't know. I guess some of them, you know, just get too comfortable with the job, and you know, I don't know. Maybe they feel untouchable. You know, you have all
Sometimes they
this
do.
overwhelming sense of pride and authority backing you up. You know, some guys, I don't know. They slip up sometimes, I guess. I mean, there is an overwhelming sense of pride with this job.
Oh yeah, get pride every time you put the uniform on.
Exactly. Look yourself in the mirror with a big smile. I'm going to work today.
9002 status.
Not always that way, but I like my job.
Right. A lot of officers do. I mean, you get to be out there, man. It's one of the few jobs where you're not confined, you know? You have the freedom to roam around and, you know?
That's the beauty of it.
Interact with the public. You don't even feel like you're working. Except for, you know, when you're probably dealing with some a-hole, you know?
Job security.
Yeah, but... Are you all union?
Yes.
9202.
Is it FOP?
That's a people can join that, but it's not. Ours is LELS.
LELS. What is that?
League. I'm not even sure what it is.
What?
Yeah.
You don't belong?
I do, yes. You just refer to it as LELS.
I mean, I don't want to be a jerk,
League.
but I don't mean to seem like a jerk, but you know, it's,
Sorry about that.
some of these
No,
things
you
need
just-
to be brought up, you know, sometimes.
Yeah.
9202. Sorry.
Is Ibrahim still working for you?
Absolutely. He just got a conditional offer for being a police officer.
He don't want it?
Huh?
He don't want it?
Yeah.
Good.
He does want it.
About time. You've been a CSO, what, 7, 8 years?
He's been there for a while.
Yeah. We need more of them.
Cover.
We, Ibrahim and I we get along pretty good because
Yeah, he's a good guy.
when he first started, we used to talk a lot because I was in Somalia.
Oh.
And he had a lot of
93.
questions. Yep.
Oh, wow. Now you know why some Somalis are the way they are.
So, I got your name here. This is your address, phone number, just a signature from you with a date. Can
I get a copy of this if you don't mind?
Sure. So I said that States Officer Anderson was a backup officer on the traffic stop. States that he asked Officer Anderson for a business card, and he didn't want to give him one. States that Officer Anderson then threw the business. And this is just a summary of your complaint. Someone will call you and they'll do a formal interview and stuff with you. But
Where you want me to sign?
right there, please.
Date, what is
Please.
it, 6/20?
6:20 today. Thanks. So yeah, if you want a copy, just hang tight here. I'm gonna grab one. I'll make a copy. I'll be right back. Okay.
All right. Yeah, just please talk to him, man.
Well, that's.
And I don't want him to, you know, have like some kind of personal vendetta against me, you know,
No.
because of this.
No, and that's why I asked you what exactly you wanted done, because we handle these several different ways. Since he's one of my officers on my team, that'd be something where I would talk to him.
Does it go on record?
Give him some verbal counseling. Yeah, it would go on record. Give him some verbal counseling. We have employee files. I'd make an entry saying what you had told me. I'd make a entry saying what he had told me. Watch the video. Say, hey, people ask for business cards, and if this is what happened, give them a business card. Don't throw it in their car. Don't, you know what I mean? Don't say no, I'm not going to give them a business card, or no, I don't have to give you one. Give them a business card and be done with it.
Right.
You know, so we can do it that way, or this way, where it's a formal, where you come in and talk to.
What is up with this do not disturb? All right. I'll just meet you halfway. It's okay, man. You know, it just... I had to say something, man, because that's disrespectful, you know? That you don't... That's showing disrespect to your uniform, you know?
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah.
All right, thanks.
All right. It's 11:12 p.m. at this time. Back inside my vehicle, I got the copy of the complaint, the small nature of complaint form, and I'll be waiting for a call from Internal Affairs.
Good morning, Isaac. This is Sergeant Annie Whitson calling from the St. Cloud Police Department. I am the sergeant in charge of our Professional Standards Division, or our Internal Affairs. I received your signed complaint from Sergeant Conacher this morning. I addressed the issue immediately and rather talk to you in person, but in short, this matter is not going to proceed to an internal investigation. It is being sent back to Sergeant Conacher, who is going to remind Officer Anderson of Policy 165. That indicates that when asked, we will provide a business card. I did watch the video. He did provide a business card. And so that's the course of action that's been determined. If you have any questions about that, you're welcome to give me a call, 320-345-4370. 320-345-4370. Thank you.
So you haven't actually talked with Officer Hyman?
No.
I imagine, and again, I'm just presuming based on the amount of experience that I have, that he's entered it as evidence until he can talk to you and confirm that there is no crime involved. Like, for example, if you were to tell him that the person who had his ID stole it from you, or they have been stealing your identity and you have suffered these losses, you know, we wouldn't want to let that ID go back to someone without knowing if there's a crime involved with the ID. So I'm not surprised it's listed as evidence until he can talk to you.
Oh, okay. Yeah, there's no crime or anything.
But you understand, Heim doesn't know that right now. Without the benefit of talking to you, Heim doesn't know that you're not the victim of something and that ID isn't part of a bigger deal. Heim was told it just belongs to a friend, or that it belongs to you and your friend just had it, but you understand we get lied to every single day, right? And if we believed everything that people told us, we would probably let a lot of things go to people that it shouldn't, and we'd miss a lot of crime that's occurring.
So was that like a officer discretion, or is that like a procedure they follow?
I would say, from my perspective, that's just good, solid police work. That he saved your ID from being out with someone who doesn't belong to, and until he gets word from you that it's not involved in a crime, it's nice and safe in our police department. That strikes me as just good, solid, protect and serve kind of police work. I'm looking up his schedule now.
I think it says back on Sunday here. I don't know if back on Sunday. She written it on it, back on Sunday.
And which Sunday does that mean?
I don't know.
Okay, gotcha. That's why I'm looking.
Thinking it's this coming one.
So what I'm seeing here is he is on a string of 1, 2, 3, 4, almost 5 days off. He comes back to work on midnight, basically Sunday morning at midnight or 0001. With him being on his days off, I am gonna try his phone. Cause it's not like he worked midnights and he's sleeping, but he's not required by any contract to answer his phone off duty, but I'll give it a try. Hey, Brian, Annie Whitson, St. Cloud PD. No emergency. How's it going? Good. Good. Hey, sorry to bother you at home, but I was thinking maybe we could resolve something for all of us regarding the ID that you have in property listed as evidence for Ibrahim Isaac. You had made a warrant arrest, and this gentleman had Ibrahim's ID on him, and the warrant arrest told you that Ibrahim was a friend of his. Is that all ringing a bell? Yeah, I've got I can read you your narrative if you want, and just to clarify, Ibrahim's here in my office with me right now, and he's here to get his ID back. Yeah. You had left him a voicemail message that I heard him play that says, "Hey, your ID's at the police department, give me a call." What?
He knows Shermake.
This is on 6/17/2017, 05:24 hours. Westby and I were dispatched a suspicious vehicle at 1111 7th Avenue South. Yes, yep, exactly. And then one gentleman had numerous warrants. One of the gentlemen had Ibrahim's ID on him. And then you had left Ibrahim a message saying to give you a call because we have your ID. So Ibrahim came into the police department today to get his ID. It is still listed as evidence because you're still working on what the issue was with that ID. If Ibrahim is here saying there's no crime with my ID, I just left it at my friend's house and it makes sense to me that my friend had it. Is there any reason that we're still holding it then if Ibrahim is saying there's no crime involved with his ID? Okay, all right, awesome. I will do it for you if that's gonna work. Okay, all right, sounds good. And then do you usually check your email from home at all? Okay, all right, I'm gonna send you an email in a little bit then. All right, sounds good. Thanks, Brian. Okay, bye. Okay, so he says as long as you're clearing that there's no investigation involved with your ID, then we can, I can fill out a release form.
Okay. Now I also wanted to talk to you about something else involving other officers.
Okay, can we hold on? Let's just take one thing at a time here. Because as I said, they generally need an appointment to get that ID because there's thousands and thousands and thousands of pieces of property down there. So let's get them moving on this before we start something else. Hey, Mandy, Annie Whitson calling. Hey, were you the person by chance that talked to Ibrahim Isaac about his ID? Okay, so I have been able to reach Officer Heim, and that can be released to Ibrahim, and I will fill out a property release form and do a supplement. Is that something, he and I have a little more business to do up here in my office for a bit, is that something we can get back to him today? Okay, all right, do you need that ICR again? It's 170-30718. Okay, all right, sounds good. And then, is the form that we fill out, is that online or is it, oh, okay, awesome. All right, sounds good. Okay, bye. All right, let me just, do something here quick. So I requested the form I have to fill out.
Is that like a release form or
Yep.
something? Ah, okay.
Yep. Hey, do I do this like manually handwritten or do I send it back electronically? Okay, gotcha. Okay, sounds good. I would say approximately that. Okay, all right, thanks. Bye. All right, let's wrap this up. I'm filling out the release form right now. Tell me your telephone number, 615?
615-720-2093.
93. And home address?
41 3rd Avenue Northeast, apartment 310, St. Cloud 56304.
And this is a Tennessee ID, is that correct?
Tennessee, yeah.
Tennessee, yeah.
Yes.
Are you relocated to St. Cloud?
Yes.
Okay, and are you aware of the law that says you do need to change your
Oh,
ID to Minnesota then?
I did, but I just keep that as a memorabilia, so.
Okay, so you have a Minnesota
Yes,
license or ID?
I do, yes.
Okay, gotcha, okay.
Yeah, I try to keep all my IDs, to see how I've grown, and it's a little thing I do.
Tell me your date of birth.
12/1/91.
that to her now? Hello. Property evidence, okay, it's coming as we speak. Okay. All right, thanks, bye. Oh, is that an ID or a driver's license?
I think it's, yeah, driver's license.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so they said they need about 10 minutes to pull that.
Okay.
So what else can I do for you?
Okay, that issue with Officer Anderson, is it resolved yet?
Yes, yes, so, did you get my voicemail?
I did, yeah,
Okay.
the first one.
So the voicemail that I left gave you the resolution and told you call me if you have any concerns or questions.
Right.
But essentially what happened is we review the video. We are going to send it back down to Officer Anders' supervisor to just refresh policy 165 with him, which says if someone asks, we will give a business card.
Right.
And we're just going to refresh that with him. That's the solution.
Yeah, I just didn't know what his issue was that night. I've done nothing wrong to them. I was as polite as I could be. I had my windows rolled down. I don't know if you guys could see that. I had my interior lights, so I didn't know what I did to upset him, you know. But yeah, glad that was resolved. So I'm here to talk to you about an incident that happened on February 20th. I was arrested of 2016. I was arrested for felony controlled substance
Okay.
and criminal vehicular operation,
Okay.
bodily harm, which is a gross misdemeanor. So that morning what happened was I was involved in an accident. No one was seriously hurt or killed or any of that, but it was a bad accident. 2 officers responded. Officer, what's his name? Jeffrey Dahmen.
Dahmen. Mm-hmm.
And the other officer was Officer Elness. They arrived like right at the same time. Firefighters were blocking the road, ambulance, witnesses, everybody was there. So in the video, of course, Officer Elness deactivated all of his recordings except for the last 5 minutes, I think, when he's walking around snapping pictures, and the audio is also off. You just see him walking around. We requested the video of him responding. Police department personnel said that they don't have it, and I was looking at the policy that says once all recordings are activated, that officers are not allowed to deactivate it. That's how it's written. So anyways, Officer Dahmen was recording. Yeah, this is probably something that needs to be investigated because I have reasonable suspicion for things, that are missing in the video that could have exonerated me by now. So anyways, Officer Daman and Officer Elness, they meet on the rear of the vehicle, my vehicle, where, I was crashed. And, they call in my license plates, and then they communicate. I think Officer Daman says to Officer Elness that he doesn't need any help. So Officer Elness goes, and I think he was doing traffic. I don't see why he was doing traffic. Firefighters had already blocked off the road, so there was no traffic that was coming through. But anyways, right after that, he walks off. I'm standing across the street watching him, and I'm standing next to a witness. Richard, I think, was the witness's name. So anyways, Officer Daman walks around. I have dark tinted windows, and he tries to see if I'm inside the vehicle, and then he looks at witnesses, points towards my car, and he says, the driver of this vehicle, where is he? And they point him to me. So he starts walking towards me, and I think I took like a few steps or something, and Richard is also there with me, and Richard whispered something to Officer Daman's ear. I don't know, they locked eyes, just kind of nod off. So Officer Daman makes contact with me now. He hasn't spoke with witnesses, nobody else. So at this time, he wants to speak to me since, he was asking about the witness of that vehicle that was involved in that crash. So the first thing he says to me is, "Sir, do you mind if I go to your vehicle and grab and look for your proof of insurance?" And at that point, I say to him, "No, sir, I don't consent to any unlawful searches." And, I hand him my driver's license, and I tell him, "Hey, I'll go to the car, I'll go get the proof of insurance, I'll be right back." So as I'm walking towards my vehicle, he follows me to my right. And I enter the vehicle through the driver's side. The passenger door is unlocked at this time. All doors are unlocked. I enter the vehicle through the driver's side, and I reach over to the glove compartment on the passenger side. Officer Daman opens my passenger door. My passenger door is wide open. He's got his head in, he's looking around, and I say to him, "Hey, sir, I just told you I don't consent to any searches, What are you doing inside my car?" And he just looks at me with a big smile on his face. I tell him to shut my door. He doesn't want to do that. So I reach over to the glove compartment. I pull it down. A baggie containing green leafy substance falls on the floor. And he goes to reach for it. And I grab it. I quickly grab it. I put it on the passenger side, the driver's side compartment on the door. And I tell him, "Go get a warrant like I told you. Get out of my car." I close back my glove compartment. He shuts my passenger door. I get out of the vehicle. I lock it this time. Well, did I lock it that time? No. Okay, I didn't lock it. I shut it, walk back across the street. I'm making contact with firefighters and ambulance personnel. I'm trying to see why I'm not being treated for a sore neck and the other person is being treated. So they tell me there's another ambulance coming for you. Just wait patiently. So I'm waiting over there. Officer Daman, when he leaves my car, he goes over to his squad car. He enters through the passenger side. I don't know what he's doing, but he's in the squad car. Few moments later, he comes back to me. And after he leaves his car, actually, I think right when he goes to his car, I believe Officer Elness walks over there to him, and they're also talking. They're talking now about something, I don't know. So Officer Elness walks to me now. He's making contact with me. And Officer Daman, I see him inside my vehicle again. He's sitting on the passenger side, fumbling with stuff. And Officer Elness calls me and he says, "Hey, we're trying to find your proof of insurance." Officer Daman is trying to find your proof of insurance. And in Officer Elness's report, he makes note of this, encounter with him. He says that I've encountered with Ibrahim. I'm talking with him now. And Officer Daman is in the vehicle looking for insurance paper. So Officer Elness and I, we walk to my car now where Officer Daman is sitting on the passenger side. And I made contact with him. I was like, hey, did you get the warrant? What are you doing in my car? I want to see the warrant. And he tells me, oh, it's in the computer, you know. And then he starts questioning me. Have you been chewing cod? Have you been drinking? And stuff like that. I don't answer to him. I tell him, go get the warrant. I want to see it. Walk back across the street. Now, again, them two are back on the passenger side of the vehicle, talking amongst themselves. I'm across the street again, standing next to witnesses and stuff like that. So after that, they don't talk to me no more. Officer Ellis goes back, doing his thing at his car, and he's not recording this whole time. I don't know why. This is an active investigation. They should both be recording, audio and video, as the policy says. So, anyways, Officer Diamond starts interviewing witnesses now. Since I haven't talked to him, he's interviewing witnesses. In the squad 7 video, you see a state trooper pulling up, and then the state trooper, I think, parks behind Officer Diamond's squad car. And then a few seconds later, you see the trooper walking in front of the squad car, and then he makes contact with Officer Diamond. He and Officer Diamond are engaging in a conversation. You know, he's like, hey, you know, you need me to do anything for you? And Officer Diamond says, no, I'm fine. I don't need any help. And then this is when Officer Diamond says, I don't know how bad that guy is hurt. I'm guessing he's referring to me because he also makes a remark where he's saying he has a abrasion on his neck from the seatbelt. I spoke to him, but I haven't spoke to him much, is what he says to the trooper in the video. But when you go back into the video and you kind of rewind and say, okay, hold on, who's he talking about? He spoke to someone, didn't speak to that much. Who is this person? You go back in the video, you don't see him talking to anyone else but witnesses in the video. Now, I have reasonable suspicion that portion of the first time I made contact with him, the first few times that I made contact with him and his actions and what he did is missing from the video. It's either been deleted or it's not been added. What might have happened is, you know, I'm guessing since you all have like the, what is it called, the 4RE, I don't know if, you know, when you guys were burning the evidence into the DVD, if some stuff was, you know, were taken out of the video that could have helped my case and have me exonerated. So, but anyways, that's there. He says, I spoke to this guy. He hadn't spoke to me much. I don't know how bad he's hurt. But you go back in I think that was like at 12 minutes. But when you restart the video from the beginning, up until that point, you don't have any recordings or any video of him interacting with this person he's talking to. Who is he talking about? He makes this remark, and I'm over here screaming that something is missing from the video, and here he is saying that I spoke to this person, but I haven't spoke to him much. And then in his report, he lies. He says the first person he speaks to at the scene is he interviews witnesses first. Right? He interviews witnesses, and then he tried to make it seem like he spoke to me last. He tried to make it seem like I was the last person he spoke to. Right? If I'm the only suspect in this incident and they're trying to get me for something, why would he not speak to me? Especially after, you know, he says that, you know, he starts asking witnesses, where's the driver of this vehicle? You know, and then he makes that remark, oh, I don't know how bad this guy is hurt. You know, he has this mark on his neck. I can show you the mark. My mugshot shows an abrasion from the seatbelt right here, like a mark he leaves. So what I want to know is what happened between the time he was on his way there up until 12 minutes of that recording, and
who's
why
he? He being who? Which
Officer Diamond. Why is that encounter missing from that video? What is this part of some scheme, you know, that you guys use to, you know, edit out stuff? I don't know. I just want to know why, you know, that most that important portion of the video that would help in my case is missing, but is later given reference to. But then when you go back and you try to find what Officer Diamond is talking about, it's not there. So he says he makes contact with someone. He spoke to them, didn't speak to them much because that person wasn't talking to them. But when you try to go back when you rewind from that point, from the beginning up until that point, you don't find who he spoke to. You see what I'm saying?
I'm not sure I'm following. No, let's slow it down. So I deal in.
Okay. And then in the end, the last few moments, the third time he makes contact with me, he comes at me again. I'm fine. I'm walking around. There's nothing wrong with me. I'm not hurt. The only thing I'm complaining about is a sore neck. So I'm walking around fine. You can see me in the squad video walking around without any help. He comes back to me again the third time. Sir, can I go to your vehicle now and get your proof of insurance? What's wrong with you asking me? Sir, can you go get your proof of insurance out of your vehicle? What's wrong with that? That would be the more logical way of asking someone, especially if they're not hurt and they're fine and they're walking around with their own two legs without any help. He comes to me again the third time. Sir, can I go to your vehicle and get your proof of insurance? Now I must mention that in policy 165, there's an consent advisory that all officers have to follow when there's articulable reasonable suspicion of, a crime and, why they want to search something. They have there's this thing they follow. They read out to the person and they have to get their consent to go into the vehicle. He doesn't read that consent advisory to me. He doesn't print out a paper and tells me, hey, sign this consent form. I want to search your car. He doesn't do that. Now, I'm asking again, where's the warrant? And he says to me, e-filing, something about e-filing. He electronically filed or something. I guess that's what it means on his squad, which I believe all officers in this area are capable of doing that, typing up a warrant. So I trust him, and then he says to me, can I go and get it now? And I say to him, yeah, go ahead. You got a warrant. Go get in my car. But that portion is also not there, where he's telling me, yeah, I have a warrant now, and it's, I e-filed it. It's sitting in my squad car. That's not there. What you see in the video is something that appears that, that I gave him consent to search my car, which, seems like an exception to the warrant, consent. I would never do that. I would never give my own consent, especially someone like me. I have a college degree in criminal justice. I went through law enforcement basic training. I know the damage that can bring up if someone consent to a search that, there's no warrant. So that's what's happened in that case. And then we went to court, of course. Both officers lied. I have tinted windows. I have tinted windows on my vehicle, very dark tinted windows. And they lie in court and they say, yeah, we could see something inside the car. And, we saw where he had a 12-pack. Officer Diamond lies and says that there was a 12-pack inside my vehicle. But when you go in the evidence and the pictures, there's no sign of a 12-pack. You only find one bottle of beer under the driver's seat in the baggie, the leafy, containing the leafy green substance. There's no sign of a 12-pack. In his report, he says he observed and saw a 12-pack box with 12 bottle beers that obviously vanished from evidence. And then they lie and they say, okay, we saw something inside of his car. That's plain view. You don't need my consent. You can just go inside my vehicle. Why do you have to get my consent if that's the case? Which is also a lie because I have tinted windows. There was no way that someone outside can see in through the tinted window, especially something that's like, in the leg area where it's already dark. They say that, and then he says another thing that he doesn't detail in his report. He says, he says that I asked if I can go to his car out of concern for his injury. But they don't notate a leg injury or any of that. You know, I wasn't hurt. Only thing I was complaining about is my neck. I'm walking around. I'm walking with him to the squad video and back. I mean, the car and back. You know, paramedics. You know, I'm walking with them. I'm doing all of that. No one notates a leg injury, but he lies and says, "Oh, you know, I did it just out of to help him." So that's what's going on with that case.
Okay, so there was an awful lot that you just alleged, and I just got to go back over and
Yeah.
make sure that I hear what you're saying is clear to me, because what I was about to say when I didn't get to finish was that I deal in policy violations and or law violations that officers are engaged in, which are different than issues that are better served in court.
Right.
I did hear you make some allegations of policy and or law violations, and those
Right.
are the ones, but we do have to be careful that I don't get in the middle of court decisions. I deal
Right,
in policy
right,
and law violation allegations. So what I hear you say is there's missing video.
Mm-hmm.
And
I don't have the full video of that day, what happened. A lot of stuff that could have exonerated me is missing.
And you're alleging it was tampered with as opposed to just the recording wasn't on. Is that what I hear you saying?
It either wasn't on, but something happened. It was either edited out or was not included in the evidence video.
Ever edit anything out. So
Look,
I will investigate whether it did or didn't.
I don't know.
Tell ya.
I'm guessing when you all are burning something into the DVD evidence from you all's RMS, I don't know if records management system, I don't know if everything is loaded into the records management system or if that's where everything comes out of. But what I'm thinking is when you all were burning the evidence into the DVD, that a lot of stuff wasn't included and that could probably still be sitting in the record management system right now. So we don't have the original video is basically what I'm saying. We just have a copy of, what you all are assuming is, the actual events that happened.
And whose video do you think there's something missing from?
Well, both officers. One of them, Officer Elness, he tells us in his report that he cut off all recordings soon as he arrived at the crime scene. He says, I deactivated all recordings. That's audio and video. Completely shut off.
And I know you've already talked to Lieutenant Jemsey about that issue, and I know he's explained to you that the policy allows Elness to do that. This particular investigation does not require him to keep his video and audio on.
Okay, well, it's not in policy, and it doesn't. I looked up the police department policy. It's been emailed to me a couple of times, and
And there's nothing in there that requires Officer Elness to keep his
not that I was able to read.
That's what I'm telling you.
I read.
As did Lieutenant Jemsey.
I read the recording policy, and it says once activation is on, officers don't turn it off.
What did Lieutenant Jemsey tell you about that?
Well,
He's already gone over this with you.
I know it was just a personal, his personal opinion.
He wrote the policy.
He did, but I read the policy too, and there's nowhere in there where it says that officers in these certain scenarios are allowed to turn off their recordings and only one officer should be recording.
Would you agree in the policy that it says when officers are mandated to record? Did you see that part? And that your particular accident isn't one of the qualifying events that mandates recording?
I'll probably check back, but here's what it says though. Once recording is activated, shouldn't be cut off. I think it was in bold letters too. Comes on, don't cut it off. But anyways, his is
So the allegation against Elness is he deactivates it in violation of policy.
Right. Not only here's the other problem that I have a problem with. Yes, he deactivated it. Now, my attorney and I request to have the video of him arriving. And the reply that, police personnel gave us is, we don't have any more video. So did Elness not properly store it? What, did he edit out that portion? Did he delete some of it and only kept the last 5 minutes? Did property people, records people, destroy that? What's going on? We only have 5 minutes of him recording when he's walking around snapping pictures, and there's no audio. And I would say that he was very much involved, as Officer Dahman was.
So again, I'm trying to clarify what I hear you say, is that you're alleging that Elness cut off his recording in violation of policy, and then you're alleging that when your attorney made a request, that you didn't get all of our existing Elness video.
Well, we only got one, the last 5 minutes where he's walking around snapping pictures.
And so what's the allegation, that there was more that you didn't get?
Well, we needed video of him responding. When
How
we
do you know
say
there is or was video of him responding?
well, because he probably arrived with his lights on, and
Probably.
I'm sure he did,
How are you sure he did?
because they were both following each other, Officer Dahman and
so you
Officer
saw,
Elness.
these are the kind of data that I need. You're saying you saw Elness respond with his lights on?
Yes, they did. Yep,
Okay.
and he kept his light on. So, and I think one of the triggers that trigger recordings is lights.
And that is true.
When officers cut on their lights, all recordings come on.
Are you familiar with our retention policy to retain videos?
Right. If it's evidence and it's going to court, you guys keep it on there until the end of the case.
If the officer deems it evidence. I don't know.
Okay,
I don't
well-
know if he responded lights and siren. I don't know if he was recording, and I don't know if he was, how he coded it. And depending upon how he coded it, that changes our retention schedule. So I will look at all those things, but if he did not deem it evidence, for example, if I were to go lights and siren and I arrive, I may not deem the drive there evidence.
Oh, so it can get stored
It can
like
be stored
somewhere
as,
else.
There's a category of other, there's a category of traffic. There's
Traffic,
different categories. They all have
right.
different retention schedules, but I will look and see what video Elness had, and I will look and see what happened to that video and what was released to you.
Now, the other thing was,
Could we just stick with video for a minute, because there's an
Okay.
awful lot that you're alleging that I got.
yeah, I'm still like talking about recordings.
Okay.
When we arrived at the hospital, when officers are still investigating a case and it's an ongoing investigation, and because what happened was I was in the ER and Officer Elness has a tape recorder. He only starts recording when when I'm yelling at him and yelling at staff, because they're still not treating me for my pain. He starts recording that and he enters that as evidence. So I want to know under policy if there's an active case going on that starts from a scene of crime and it's and now it moves to the hospital. Are officers still required to record the whole time?
And it's my understanding Lieutenant Dempsey went over that with you as well?
No, we didn't even discuss that portion of
Didn't he talk to you about Miranda and scales? But that's when the law requires an officer record?
Right.
Did you guys talk about that?
Yeah. No, he didn't talk about that. So they are required to keep recording and advise Miranda?
They are, and again, I was my understanding you talked to Lieutenant Dempsey about this, but when you are not free to leave and you're going to be asked specific questions
Right.
as the subject of an investigation, then an officer is required by law to record and to read you your rights.
Right. So they haven't done that.
Okay.
And the whole time they're recording, they don't advise me of that.
The officers, and let me just, the law's very, I gave you one piece of it. Another piece is when an officer responds to an emergency, they're allowed to ask basic questions to define the emergency. That's not in custody, that's not free to leave. That's
Right,
not,
I mean,
not free to leave. They're allowed to define the emergency.
Right.
When the officer sits down with you and goes to interview you about, were you driving? What substances did you use? Are you under the influence? How much did you have? Blah, 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 blah. When the officer directs their investigation like that, that's then required to be recorded. And from what I'm hearing you saying in the hospital, they're not directing questions to you, you're getting treated?
Well, they were directing questions and, recording my behavior and stuff like that.
Yeah, and they can record your behavior. Here's what we need to do. Rather than, I'm not making any prelim decisions. I don't investigate right here in this room. I hear your concerns and then I go investigate.
Okay.
But you asked, and so I told what the rule is. But can I just stop that right there? We got to slow this down because I got to make sure I hear you right. So you're saying in the ER, you are alleging they asked you questions about your guilt or innocence without the benefit of Miranda. And give me some examples. And who are they?
The officers.
Okay, which officers?
Illness and Diamond. How much you had to drink? And stuff like that. Is what they're asking, and they're recording this whole time.
Okay, the stuff like that isn't going to define a policy violation. I need specific recollections of what they asked in order to define if it's a policy or law violation.
They're asking me what happened today. What happened today? Can you tell us what happened today? As I'm walking with them, and when I'm in the room, what happened today? Can you tell us a little bit about what happened? How much did you have to drink? How much did you have to drink? Stuff like that.
Okay, again, stuff like that doesn't qualify as a policy violation. Okay. So you said, what happened today? How much did you have to drink? What other questions?
No, yeah. And this, when I'm being transported from the hospital, I'm arrested this time. They told me this is what I'm being charged with. And they handcuffed me in the hospital room.
Okay, can I ask you something? Is the what happened today and how much did you have to drink, is that before or after you're placed under arrest?
Both. More so after I got arrested. They keep questioning me. What happened? How much did you have to drink? And I'm not replying to them, telling them what happened. I'm just telling them I don't know what happened. So this should have been recorded. I'm handcuffed now. They're escorting me to the squad car. We get to the squad car. I look up at the video, in the back. The camera is on. I think there was a red light on, and I could see myself moving inside. I'm handcuffed, and then they start searching me again, and then my wallet falls down, and then Officer Elness grabs my permit to carry, and he radios in whether they want to confiscate that and take that away from me, since I was charged with these crimes. And then, I don't know, there was some sergeant on there. He told him, no, I'll let him keep it. Stearns County will probably send him a letter or something like that requesting to get it back.
Were you armed at the time?
I wasn't armed.
Okay.
No, I wasn't armed. I just had my...
And that whole story...
When I requested the video of the transport, because there was some things that I was saying to the officer, and the officer was, we were speaking, and then in that video, I asked the officer if this was being recorded. Officer Diamond, who was transporting me, he says to me, yeah, you're being recorded. So when we asked for our videos, all of our video, that was also missing from the video.
The whole video or just parts of the conversation?
The transport video is missing. Because under policy, when they arrest someone and they're transporting them to the jail, they have to record. And he told me he was recording, but when I made the request, when my lawyers made requests to get all evidence and all videos, and then we make specifics like transport videos, all the videos, and the only video we get is Squad 7 video and a portion of Squad 9 video, and nothing else. And then they tell us there's nothing else associated with this person. Well, what happened to my videos? You see, so that's why I reasonably suspect that something was done with my videos and stuff was taken out, stuff that could have helped me in my case. You see, because Officer Elness says, I stopped recording. Well, why did he stop recording? Is he helping Officer Damon conceal something? Okay. He starts recording the last 5 minutes. My transport video is missing. You know, and then I'm alleging there's something missing from Squad 7 where Officer Damon is making reference to something that happened in the past. And then when you look back in the video from the beginning up until the remarks that he makes, you don't find it. So there's no doubt that I'm missing video.
So you're saying Officer Damon makes reference to talking to somebody he didn't talk to?
No, he makes reference to speaking to someone, and that person didn't speak to him much, and that he doesn't know how bad that person is hurt. And then he makes a comment also, you know, like about me. He says that I had an abrasion on my neck, which I did.
So you think when he
seatbelt.
says, I've talked to a person?
Oh, he's talking to me.
He's talking about you?
Yeah.
And you're alleging when he says that he had not talked to you at all yet?
No, he spoke to me.
So what, I'm definitely missing something there.
Here, I just told you.
I know, and I'm not understanding, so I'm asking you to clarify it.
Okay, I just told you. The officer makes contact with me. He lies to me and says he has a warrant. He goes inside my vehicle. I told him not to enter several times. The first person he doesn't talk to witnesses until he speaks to me, and I'm not speaking to him.
How do you know he doesn't talk to witnesses?
I saw him. I was there.
So you watched him the whole time from the moment he gets out of the car till the moment he comes to you?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've watched him. He gets out of his squad car, meets, you know, radios my thing, and then he says, the driver of this car, as he's pointing to my car, witnesses say, there he is. He walks up to me, makes contact with me. I don't speak to him. I tell him, hey, I don't, you know, he asks me, sir, do you mind if I go to your car and get your proof of insurance? That's the first thing he says to me. And he barely even knows who I am. Haven't given him a name, haven't given him my driver's license. He barely knows who I am. And the first thing he said out of his mouth when he makes that first contact with me is, sir, can I go to your car and get your proof of insurance? You know? And then I told you I invoked my rights. I told him I would go get it. Comes in the car a few times. All of that is missing. That's before the trooper arrives and, you know, before he starts talking to witnesses. So anyways, after that is when he starts talking to the witnesses. But in his report, he says that his vehicle was disabled. I knew Ibrahim wasn't going anywhere. I didn't speak to him, but I spoke to witnesses. And he only spoke to me. The last person he speaks to is me, is what he makes it seem like. And then in the squad video, that's what it seems like. But of course, all of this is happening over there, and the squad car is only facing this way. You see? Now, trooper comes in the video, and then they're having conversation. Oh, I spoke to this person, don't know how bad he's hurt, didn't speak to me much, and he has an abrasion on his neck from the seatbelt. Stop there in the recording. Right? Start the video from the beginning up until that point. Who did Officer Damon speak to? Let's try and find who he spoke to. This person, he spoke to him, has this abrasion, didn't speak to him much. Who is it? You won't find it.
You won't find what? That's the
in
piece
the
I'm
video.
missing.
Yeah, that's the piece.
I won't find him speaking to you?
Yeah. You see what I'm saying?
If that's what I didn't till right now.
Okay.
So you're saying when he says to the trooper, I talked to someone who didn't say much and he has an abrasion on his neck. Mm-hmm. We both agree that we think he's talking about you.
Right.
And you are saying up to that point in the video, there's no documentation that he's talked to you, but he has.
He did, yes.
Okay.
That's
now
missing.
I'm understanding.
No,
okay.
it makes sense. You know, it makes sense. You're making reference to something in the past that just occurred in the past, right?
But it's not on video in the past.
It's not on video. It's missing. You try to go back and look for, Officer Diamond says this. Let's rewind this a bit and try to find who he spoke to that didn't speak to him that much and has a an abrasion from the seatbelt.
And you're saying the video prior to him saying that to the trooper doesn't have any documentation
Nope.
of him talking to you?
My 2 encounters with him that I just mentioned to you that you took notes on is not in there. And that's evidence that could have exonerated me, because if I'm invoking my rights and this officer is inside my car, that's fruits of the poisonous tree, case dismissed.
And so your allegation is when Officer Dahman illegally went into your vehicle twice, that's not on video?
Not on video. Now, Lieutenant Dempsey also made mention that squad videos and the hi-fi wireless recorders are not always reliable. They go out of range, something happens, something is missing, and stuff like that is what he said. They're not 100% reliable, is what he says.
When you watch the video of Officer Dahman, does the time look consistent? You know, does it go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
It
7?
does, and then it freezes sometimes. Like, I want to say a fraction of a second, the time would skip. You know, it would say 1.
And you literally mean by a fraction of a second less than a second?
Yeah. Or in some instances, I think it was a second. It would skip a second.
But if only a second, there's no way you could get in and out of a vehicle in a second.
Well,
right?
I don't know. Maybe that's how it was, done. I don't know. You guys have like some sophisticated technologies. I don't know. But I was able to look in the metadata. Now, in the metadata, it shows that the Officer Dahman's video was uploaded and then was taken out and then uploaded again, is what it shows in the metadata. So he uploaded it twice, took it out once.
What do you mean by take it out? I don't understand what that language means.
Okay. In the metadata, Officer Dahman, it says upload. The video was uploaded. And then under that, it says the video was, I don't know, but it was somehow, it was uploaded and then it was taken out and then uploaded again. You understand what I'm saying now?
I don't, because that language is taken out, but I will examine
Okay,
the
listen.
metadata.
Okay, listen.
I'll examine it.
Okay.
Again, we don't come up with answers.
Okay,
here today.
you
I just
know
hear your
you know
concerns.
how you're uploading a file on the internet, right?
I do know how to upload and file on the
Okay,
internet.
you
yes.
upload it, and then you know how you take that out, and then you try to upload it again or something like that. You see what I'm saying?
Again, that language take out. Let's do this, because again, we don't come up with answers here at the table today. I just hear your concerns and then I investigate them.
Mm-hmm.
So I hear you saying that the metadata is of concern to you because it looks like it's uploaded twice.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll look
Now,
and see if that means anything.
Also, in the evidence, the tags, the person, there was a person, I forgot the name, but there was a person that, was burning the DVDs and uploading the images into the DVD. You follow me there?
Yeah, keep going. Yeah.
Okay. So it shows that, again, the video was uploaded multiple times and then it was taken out multiple times, is what it shows on there. Uploaded, taken out, uploaded. Now, I don't know if they were making extra copies, and if it would make it, if they were doing that, then why would it have on a single DVD that this person uploaded something and then they took it out and then they uploaded multiple other times? I don't know. That's confusing to me. Like the evidence portion of the...
I'll look at it. I don't know the
Okay.
answer. You're looking at me like I have an answer and I don't have an answer. I'll look
No,
at the metadata.
No, I'm just trying to say, I'm trying to figure out if you can follow me. That's all it is.
Well, am I following you that you think the metadata is concerning to you because it looks like it's uploaded, taken out, and uploaded multiple times, and that's concerning to you?
Yes.
Okay. And if that's what you're trying to say, that I do get that. You look at me like I can solve it and I can't. I don't know the answer right now.
Okay, yeah, but I was just, that's what I saw.
Okay. So to recap what we've got going so far is you're concerned Elnis stopped his recording. You're concerned that you don't have all of the recordings, and specifically as it relates to Elnis responding there, and then portions of Damon's, specifically the 2 times where you say he's illegally in your vehicle. Do you ever give him consent to go in your vehicle?
Yeah, when the last time when he tells me, yeah, I have a warrant, because I asked him, do you have a warrant? Yeah, I have a warrant. You know, it's in my car, is what he says to me. And I'm like, okay, then go ahead.
Okay.
But the part where he's telling me, yes, he has a warrant, and that, you know, I should unlock the car because the car is locked this time. Because after I've seen him those 2 times, he's going inside my car. You know, I'm like, okay, now I should lock it. So now I have the key. I go through the, you know, to other side of the car. You know, yeah. So we're standing behind the car. You know, I tell him, yeah, okay, you can check my car now. I go to the driver's side. He comes to the passenger side. He grabs the door again, finds the door locked. I'm on the driver's side, unlock the vehicle. He comes around to me where I'm at, the driver door, and he hits the unlock button. Now all doors are unlocked, and then he walks back to the passenger side, and that's when he starts doing his thing. And then I tell him, yeah, it's that blue sheet there, that's my proof of insurance. And then he says, oh, okay, and then he starts searching and looking inside my car. Now, there was no consent advice to me. Violated policy 165. So that's the other issue with that.
Well, and I will tell you that advisory is not, by policy, the only way a person can get consent. Okay. But I will review 165 and see how it applies to this.
165 does give a direct order and says if you suspect someone or, you know, you have a reasonable articulable suspicion and you want to do a search, advise him of these things. And it's like 5 or 6 things where they have to read. I'm officer such and such with St. Cloud PD. Do you give me consent or something like that?
I'm familiar with the form.
Right,
I'm familiar with
right,
165. I will look and see if it applies to this situation. Okay. So we've got concerns with Elnis's video. We've got concerns with Damon's video. We've got concerns with Damon going in your vehicle illegally twice. We've got concerns with Damon telling you he has a warrant when he doesn't. We have concerns that you feel you should have been read Miranda before questions at the hospital. And those 2 questions are specifically what happened today and how much did you have to drink. You have concerns there's a video missing from the hospital to the jail.
Now, if you can find that video now, that would be great. The transport video.
But any other concerns? Have I recapped anything?
Okay, that's
wrong or
that's
not enough?
that. I had another incident.
Okay,
right?
but we got to hold on before you go on to another incident, okay?
Okay.
Because we got to make sure we get all this right. You called me about this incident a long time ago.
Right, I think it was that following Monday, and then I just didn't call you because my lawyer.
That was going to be my question.
My lawyer advised me not to talk to someone that
Okay.
early, you know, into the investigation and stuff.
Does your lawyer know you're here now talking about it?
Nope, he doesn't know.
Okay. Who is your lawyer?
Dennis Hines. But he knows about, you know, what I've been telling him about stuff missing and should be investigated and stuff. They haven't authenticated the videos yet. And it's the public defender's office, and I don't know if they have a budget where, you know, they pay to authenticate videos before trial. But I don't know, I have to ask him about that. But it hadn't been authenticated, like properly, you know, sending it off to someone, a video forensic analysis, and have them look at it and then give a rundown of, you know, what's wrong with the videos and stuff. We haven't done that yet.
So this is still going to trial?
Yes.
You talked about the officers already testifying. What was that, in some sort of preliminary hearing or something?
This was the motion to suppress hearing.
Okay.
Yeah, we were trying to have some stuff thrown out of evidence. So
And that, I guess we should recap that. You're alleging that the officers lied on the stand?
Right, they did.
And what did they specifically lie about?
Well, I don't have the motion, where my lawyer typed. It's at home, but, he was saying that they said that I didn't have the right to leave, so I was detained, and, he said, officer said that, yeah, I was, detained, and then they testified that I wasn't free to leave, and then I'm just giving a quick summary, and then they asked him, they asked both of them, were they able to see through my window, since I have privacy glass, and they say, yeah, we saw, and, we could see what was inside, even though the windows were tinted out, completely blacked out.
Okay, so now I'm remembering. You're alleging that they lied about being able to see through your tinted windows.
Right, like a plain view and stuff like that.
And both of them testified to that?
Yes, and there's more. I don't know. I have the motion at home.
Okay.
So.
Well, you can tell from the questions and qualifying things I'm asking you is I deal in concrete facts. I need to make sure that I hear you clear what you're alleging and what you believe happened.
Yeah. So right now, I think it's just a matter of getting them cross-examined and stuff like that. So.
What do you mean by that?
Cross-examined, at trial and stuff like that again.
So you're saying that you think that the testifying in court is more of a court issue than a policy or law violation? Is that what you're saying?
Right.
But yet I heard you say they lied on the stand. I heard you
They
alleging
did, yes, and my lawyer was alleging that they lied, yeah, on stand several times.
About the tinted windows, about any other subjects?
Well, any other things I don't remember right now, but other things I don't remember. A number of them.
Okay. If you want me to pursue more than the lie about the tinted windows, you'll have to get me more specifics.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Now I'll talk to Dennis about that.
Okay. This already has an internal affairs case number.
Mm-hmm. What does?
Which I'm going to give you.
What does?
This incident. Because when you called me a long time ago, it got a case number.
Now I want to talk one more other thing involving Officer Elness. I found out he was a HRA liaison officer at my building where I live.
Okay.
It's a HRA property. And
Is this another issue? Because we got to hold on.
Yes,
we got to take this.
it
is
is
way too much all at once here. Hang on. So if you would write down this, there's
Case
a space on
number?
the back of that card.
Okay, I need a pen.
Here, I'll write it to you.
You're recording all this, right?
I am, yep.
Okay. Can I have you email me that recording if you can?
I will ask how we do that
Okay.
and get back to you. So this is the internal affairs case number for the accident consent search Dom and Elness issue. Okay, that got one back when you called me back in 2016.
Mm-hmm.
So anything else about that incident that you want me to know or investigate?
Yes. So, Elness is a HRA liaison.
Is that going to tie back to the accident?
Yes, it's going to
Okay,
tie
gotcha.
back to
Okay.
this. And this is still an active investigation. Still haven't reached the end of the case, so it's still active. I don't know what type of relationship him and my apartment manager, Matt Swanson, have, but Officer Elness goes into details of the incident. He says, Ibrahim, we've had a run-in with him, or he's arrested for criminal vehicular operation and felony drug possession. He had caught on him. There was a blood work done on him and came back that, he had positive, controlled substance and stuff like that. And that I also have the emails, my manager communicating this with me. So he's saying, yep, there was a positive of, controlled substance and alcohol in his system, and that Ibrahim is, he has problems with law enforcement. He gives them attitudes every time, which is a lie. I don't have problem with law enforcement. I just have problem with some that sort of and kind of do their jobs. But I don't have problems with law enforcement. So he tells my manager this, and that same day I happened to be coming down from my apartment and I was leaving out, and I saw Officer Elness leaving off of the property. I was walking behind him and he had papers in his hand, and that, I think few nights before that was when I had a visitor, and I thought they left, but they fell asleep and, they got trespassed and stuff like that. So this is when he's having that, that talk with my manager. So when my manager is telling me this, I look at it as a threat, or, some kind of personal vendetta that Officer Elness has, because I can't think why he's discussing details of an active investigation. He could say, we arrested this guy and this is why we arrested him, but he didn't have to go in depth.
And the in-depth part that I heard was that your test came back for a positive for controlled substance.
There was caught in my possession, and my blood test came back, and I have positive caught and alcohol in my system. All of this that he's telling my manager could be something that he could use to kick me out. So that's why I'm saying he was a threat to my well-being. I could lose my home, because of this. Oh, you know what? Yeah, you had drugs, you was involved in an accident, you DUI, boom, there's no more housing here for you.
And so you are alleging that Elness should not have told your manager that?
Well, it's a crime. That's how Minnesota law is written, Police officers are not required to discuss with the public about an active investigation.
Well, and there are some exceptions, and obviously what my job is to look into is to see what the HRA exceptions are. When you are in a crime-free multi-housing unit, I will look into what the law relates to that.
Okay, I can understand.
Your arrest is public information.
Well,
I can tell you that.
I know. Anyone can pull up my picture, and this is why he was arrested. But of course, the whole details and stuff won't be on there. Like this guy went to court. This is how far we're in the courts, system, and that's a lot of stuff he discussed with Matt, my apartment manager.
And you know that because that's what Matt's emails say?
Yes, I still have the emails.
Will you forward those emails to me?
I will. I will. There was several emails. I was talking with my manager, I think, over an hour, email conversations.
So there's two things you're going to do then, just to recap, is you're going to send me those emails that relate to what Elness shouldn't have told Matt Swanson. And you are going to get me any additional court information if there's additional lies on the stand you want explored. Right?
Okay. All right.
Okay. Anything else about this incident?
That's about it now.
Okay. Did you say you had another incident?
That was the second
That was it.
one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. in the future too, especially when this meeting is gonna go this long, you gotta
Right,
make an
right,
appointment
right.
because, other things got all pushed back because we're here, so.
Well, man, I don't
Please
know.
try to, yeah.
So-
That's why I thought I'd tell you.
I just asked for
It's gonna
you.
better serve you, cause you won't be waiting out here when I can't help you.
Right.
Cause I don't like making people wait out there when I'm busy when they had an appointment.
Well, man,
So,
I just thought, you weren't busy because they sent me upstairs and said, oh, she's second floor, go see her.
Okay, and who said that?
The young lady in property.
In
I
property,
guess,
okay.
downstairs.
Yeah, they don't know my schedule, so, like
Yeah,
I said,
sorry
you
about
got
that, though.
my phone number there now, give a call if you wanna make an appointment. Otherwise, this is obviously a lot of work, and I won't be getting back to you probably anytime soon, because it's very different than your traffic stop. I was able to handle that in a matter of an hour. This is, far more significant than that, so. But you got my card, and call if you have any questions or concerns.
Okay, and
Okay.
yeah, I like that recording sent to me.
Yep, and I'm gonna look at the legality of that regarding an active IA investigation.
Okay. And I'm thinking since I'm the subject of the data.
I don't solve things here, I get back to
Yeah.
you.
Okay.
And it's probably too long to email, but
Okay.
we'll see about that too. All right, there you go. Thank you.
Thank you. It's Ibrahim here to pick up my ID.
Okay.
Yeah, I
Do you
just
have any
came from,
other ID or anything on you?
No.
Nothing? Okay. Oh. Last name Isaac?
Isaac, yes. Need my signature?
Yeah, it will. That's the one you're looking for. I'm going to take a copy of this quick. If you just want to sign this, verify this is your current address and phone number, and then initial up there, and then sign by the X. Oops. There.
Yeah, sorry, it fell down.
Yeah, I know there's like a breeze that comes, which is nice, but it throws paper around. And then this is all current up here?
Yes.
Okay. There you are.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Time is 1:05 p.m. I will stop recording. The date is June 23rd, 2017.